Tuesday. We are week 3 of quarantine, and this world, oh boy, there's been so much going on, and I am getting the question a lot about what's happening in the market, what's happening to real estate, how is this going to affect pricing, etc. The only thing we can look at is right now, and obviously we're not pushing too much on what's happening in real estate, but people are asking, and I wanted to do a quick update on what's happening behind the scenes here as the world is focusing on getting healthy and getting this thing stopped as fast as possible. Of course, we're on week 3 of quarantine, and in the real estate world, there has still been properties being listed, properties being sold, and properties going under contract. Now, they took real estate off as an essential business on Saturday, which was pretty incredible. I know that the CAR, California Association of Realtors, was really pushing to get it in more ways, not for open houses and showing everybody, but just for people that really had a need to move. So things should shake up a bit over the next couple weeks, but even with going under quarantine, there was activity happening in the first 2 weeks of quarantine. So taking a look at the condos to start with, so the very first week of quarantine, so the 13th of March, we had 17 new listings come on the market, 1 being back on the market. We had 13 properties go under contract, meaning that a buyer made an offer that the seller accepted in 1 week, 13 properties, and 21 properties that sold escrow. Now, the fourth stat that we're watching right now is what's being taken off the market. So week 1 of quarantine, we had 22 condos on the west side of LA taken off the market. Now, taking a look at the second week of quarantine, on the 23rd, we had 24 new listings as opposed to 17. We had 10 go under contract as opposed to 13. And we had 12 sold as compared to 21 sold. However, the closings over the first couple weeks wouldn't have a direct impact on what's happening because people were just getting ready to close. So if deals were falling out, that would be happening over the 3rd, 4th week. And then the second week of quarantine, 37 condos were taken off the market as compared to 22 from the week before. Very interesting. Now, on the single family residential side of the west side for that first week of quarantine, we had 17 properties come to market that week. We had 20 go under contract, 26 sold, and 64 homes were taken off the market that first week of quarantine. Now let's look at week 2. We had 14 new listings. People were still listing their houses last week. We had 6 go under contract as compared to 20 the week prior, 20 down to 6. And then we had 21 sold, which I said the solds aren't as impactful right now. And then we had 47 homes taken off the market second week of quarantine versus 64 the week before. And then the condos, we had an uptick in condos being taken off the market. So what we're starting to see are less homes going under contract and more homes being taken off the market as people stop. Of course, they said no showings, no open houses, so a lot of sellers took their properties off until things changed, and a lot of buyers stopped looking or canceled their contracts. Now, what's going to happen over the next few weeks, as we discussed, now that real estate is an essential business, does this mean that everyone's back to work and going into the office and showing houses? Absolutely not. We, along with all agents that I know, we are still working from home. We are still quarantined. We are still practicing all the safe, sanitary, all the guidelines that they're putting forth. What this essential business real estate means now is that somebody who has an essential need to move, whether they're moving in or out of the city, or divorce, work, anything where they don't have a choice, whether there's a buyer in escrow with contingencies released on their home and they have to move, these people are given the opportunity, with respect to social distancing, to see property, mostly do inspections, meet appraisers, and then move to close. So will this mean that real estate will pick up over the next month or 2? We're not seeing that. There's still people that are waiting for this all to be finished. Of course, if you don't have to absolutely move right now, you're just not. So it's interesting to see that there's still property being sold. People are still out there looking, doing it in the right, respectful way. So will we see things continue to drop off for the next month or 2? Yes, we're really thinking June and July is when everything's going to be nuts again. But we are keeping tabs on what's being sold, what's coming off the market, and what's going under contract, because people that are in a need to buy or sell, still moving. So we will keep you tuned in to what's happening in the market next week with our weekly updates. And as I said, stay safe, stay sanitized. If anybody needs help in any way whatever we can do, we will absolutely do it. So cheers guys, and we will see you next week.